Managing text in a single text file is a bit of a kludge. I mean, yes, it works. You're just managing text. But let's say that text happens to be, code. So you're writing something in PHP or CSS or any type of language that is, related to programming or markup. You may want, color highlighting so that if you make a mistake in your code, you're going to be able to detect it with a greater degree of ease rather than just looking at it going, there's something off here, but I don't know exactly what it is. So you want to have some kind of text management tool at your disposal, whether you're managing plain text or text that is related to a programming language of sorts. I mean, I would have killed for something like this years ago when I was knee deep in learning my way around things like PHP, CSS, so on and so forth. And I'm not a programmer, not a developer at all. I'm not that type of person. You might be, or maybe you're just someone who needs to manage pieces of text and you're looking for a good program to use. Maybe you're using Linux, Mac OS 10, or Windows. You want one utility to run on all those platforms. You're looking for an Adobe Air app, something called Snipply, Snippely. You can Google for it. In fact, it's found on code.google.com. It is open source, which means it's not going to cost you a thing. And you can spur on the development. There's a nice icon. I mean, this is kind of a shocker to see a very clean icon for an open source project. Here's a screenshot here of how the developer's been using it. You set up groups, and then in those groups, you've got essentially subgroups. You can press the add code button or add note button. And he's got this particular part here happens to be JavaScript, so the syntax highlighting here is JavaScript oriented. If he were to change that to something like CSS or PHP, the color coding would change because it'd be a different type of markup. I've got just a basic one set up here on my desktop. Add code, add note. Really easy to do. I can drag and drop them around. I can change the notes to plain text, JavaScript, Ruby, CSS, or PHP. At this point in time, I imagine that he's going to support future syntax highlighting as the utility continues to evolve. It's nice for something that doesn't cost anything, and it runs cross-platform. Whether you're managing plain text snippets or whether you're managing something like PHP, CSS, or any of the other syntaxes that he's supporting the color coding for, you can use it for any piece of text or series of text, and it looks very nice. I love the design of this application. It's one of the better Adobe Air apps that I've seen out there. And granted, I've got my own Adobe Air apps at apps.pirillo.com. I'll give you all 5 of the apps that I've got if you donate money. I think, what is it, a $10 donation will get you all 5 of them. I'll just send them over to you. You can download them. Heck, if you want to review the apps that I've got, I'll even send you the free download links. I'm open with it. It's all about donations and supporting the community. So whether it's open source, whether it's shareware, whatever it happens to be, if you got a recommendation to make to me to share with the rest of the community, my email address is chris@pirillo.com. Of course, you know that we've got a handful of technologists that are uploading photos, posting blog posts at participating forums, asking questions, giving answers, embedding their YouTube videos, so on and so forth at geeks.pirillo.com. And they're likely the same people that are a part of the chat room, which is part of the live video feed that's going out over the web. We're sharing resources back and forth, typically talking tech 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.